What's up? So I had an idea to start a little channel here, calling it the Eastwood Pursuit because I'm on the East Coast. Now that may make sense, may sound stupid. I don't know. We can always change it later. So what my goal is for this channel is to post hunting videos, outdoor videos, and fishing videos. Two, three things that I really like. And I've been hunting for a couple years now, especially ducks. I love to hunt ducks and turkey. Turkey season's coming up around the corner. I will try to record a turkey hunting video. We'll see how that goes. But on the topic of ducks, I don't know how well you can see over there in that corner. It's kind of dark out. The sun's going down. I just got off work not too long ago. So what that is a 1448 Jon Boat. And I've been sanding on it and working on it to get it ready as a duck boat because I don't have duck boat money. So I got to do what I can do to make my own duck boat. This right here is about a 18, 19 foot trailer. I just bought it. It's a little rough, as you can see. The board is, one of the bunk boards is broken here, but I have new boards already. I'm just waiting on my carpet to show up. I ordered brand new bunk carpet. So that'll be here in a couple days. So this boat trailer, it's a little wide. It's 69 inches in between the rails. So the bottom of the Jon Boat's 48 inches. So, I mean, we kind of got a little bit of wiggle room there, but my goal is to either weld or buy some brackets and install right here to help hold the boat and directly here on the side. But this roller down here, this can adjust between 15 to about 13 foot. So I'm going to move the roller to about here where my foot is. That'll give me 14 foot. It'll be the perfect length to hold on to the boat. Don't mind this old rope. It's just what was on it. I'll definitely be getting a better tow winch to put on there. But yeah, I already got new bunks in the garage, just waiting on my carpet to come. Right here on the step platforms, as you can see, the step's gone because it's an old trailer. So I'm probably going to buy expanded metal. It's what you see on trailers. Kind of has like the diamond in between. Not the diamond plated, but the grate. And I'll get about 9 gauge. So it'll be real heavy, strong enough to stand on. And I can just weld that to all 4 of the platforms. But if we come over here, um, I hope it's not too dark in here. Perfect motion light. So what we got right here, this is a 1975 Mercury Lightning, I think. No, Thunderbolt. The Lightning was 1974. The Thunderbolt is new. They just added them, well, this is 51 years ago. But it's a 7.5 horsepower two-stroke. It runs. Never been on a boat before. So this will actually be the first boat that it's on. And as you can see here, we've done a lot of work sanding on this boat. The sides are sanded. The bottom, we're about to start sanding actually today. That is our goal today. That's what we're getting ready to take care of. But that is the boat. I don't know how much you all know about duck hunting. I assume most of the people watching this is going to know quite a bit about hunting as they are here on an outdoors channel. But I ordered a stencil. It is for the Havoc boats. So it is going to have a Havoc stencil painted on it. But I think it should turn out great. But I will see you guys in just a moment. I'm going to get to work on this boat, sanding the bottom, sanding the sides. I did the sides with 80 grit sandpaper. If you're curious on how it looks like this is all 80 grit right here to get it sanded down. And now I'm going to do 120. Now, if you really wanted to get a good job before you paint it, I would do 120 and then 240 after that. But I am getting very tired of sanding. I've been sanding. I probably have 12 hours of sanding in this boat now. I'm getting tired of sanding. I'm just ready to paint it and get moving. So yeah, I will be right back once, probably in a couple hours, once I hit the sides with 120, and then we're going to get it flipped on its side and possibly even upside down and start working on the bottom. But I will see you all in just a moment. So we're about 30 minutes in now. Took between the two of us about 30 minutes. We got both sides sanded down with 120 grit sandpaper after the 80 grit. It doesn't take long, but if you come over here, let me, I hear some noise. Yeah, there's a stool there. All right, but you can hear, it sounds so much smoother now. So what that'll do once it's primed to be painted, but we still got a couple things we can do before we can paint. Like right here, the original owners, as you can see, they just put screws in it, and that's not going to work long term. So I'm going to need to get those screws out and put rivets in there. So I have to do that before I paint it. But now that it's been sanded, originally what we did we went with 60 grit sandpaper. Then after 60, we went to 80 and then 120. That way the aluminum's smooth and ready. So now all we need to do is get some self-etching primer before we paint. And then once we put self-etching, actually, I lied. Let me take a step back. Let me take a step back. My fault. We got to wipe it down with acetone first. And then once we wipe it down with acetone, then we can put self-etching primer on it. And that will get the surface ready to take the paint and it won't just peel off. But after that, it'll be painted. And I mean, we'll be good to go for the most part. So down here on the bottom, we haven't done the bottom yet. But I don't know if you all have heard of this brand called Gator Glide. Not sponsored, first video. If only it was sponsored, right? This boat would be so much better than it'll turn out to be eventually. But we're going to put Gator Glide on the bottom. So we still haven't sanded the bottom yet. But that will be our next step, is getting this boat flipped on its side and sanding the bottom. So I just wanted to give you all a quick update of where we're standing. And I will catch you all when the boat is hopefully on its side and sanded up. Peace.
All right, we're back. So we got to flip it over inside. So we see we got a little piece of wood and a little center block, kind of sketchy. So we got to do it kind of quick. We're just going to start sanding with the 80 grit, and then once we're done with that, we're probably going to move up to 120. And then after that, we'll go from there.
All right, so we just got done 80 grit on the first bracket here. As you can see, compare these two right here. Definitely looks better, but there's some immediate problems. Previous owners, hey, that's still there again that you picked last time. So the immediate problems that I'm noticing is the previous owners were not very nice to the bottom of this boat, as you can tell, which it is a flat bottom aluminum boat. They're going to get beat up, but I don't know how well you can see on camera. Hopefully, if he zooms in or gets close to it, you can see kind of all these rough patches. What that is, our sanders. We're just using the regular random orbit sanders. They're a little bit bigger than your palm. That is hard for them to reach in those indents because, as you can guess, they are too big. So it's taking longer than it should to do 80 grit, and we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. And then after we do those 5 more, we have to go back over them with 120 grit. So this is going to take me a little longer to do the bottom than I expected, but we'll push through because come next duck season, we'll have a killer duck boat. All right, guys, we're back finally. It is a whole new day, as you can tell by the outfit change, and we are tired, we are hot, but we are done sanding the bottom of the boat with 80 grit, as we originally stated. We went through and did all of this in 80 grit, and then once we were done with 80 grit, we followed it up and hit it with 120. So Gator Glide recommends for their combo for the Gator base, they recommend 100 grit sandpaper for the base, but I didn't have any 100 grit sandpaper in the garage already, so I just went with 120. A little finer, but in the end, I don't think it'll really cause that many problems. I think it'll be just fine. We're actually not completely done yet. I still got to go through and do these right here, but I'll do those here coming up probably this weekend. So the next steps for the boat here is wait for the aluminum to get here. So I've ordered aluminum, I've ordered rivets, and I've got foam that I need to go pick up from Home Depot. All that cost me about $500 on top of the $450 trailer I bought that you all saw a couple minutes ago. So it's getting pricey, but in terms of buying a new boat, not pricey at all. It's pretty cheap. But on that note, I wanted to update you all where we're at on the boat, and pretty much this will be the end of this episode, and I'm going to call this the sanding episode, I guess I could call it. But in the next episode, whenever that may be, hopefully sooner than later. It depends on how long it takes for the aluminum and rivets and everything to get here. Because the next step is building the inside of the boat, which is going to be the floor of the boat. And I might do a gun box. I might do that at a later date. I might not do that now. I'm not 100% sure. But one of the things I do need to do, as I previously stated, was these screws right here. These screws need to be taken out and replaced with rivets. As you can tell, they rust and might inevitably start leaking the more they're used. So I cannot replace those until my rivets come, which will come with the aluminum, fingers crossed, because I ordered them all together. So they should be here all at once, I hope. I don't have a shipping date yet. So hopefully that's sooner than later. But yeah, that will be the next episode is framing out the subfloor. And then once we get the floor framed out in it, that's when we can start painting it because I don't want to start riveting this or I don't want to paint it, have it completely painted. And then once it's painted, I start putting in new rivets because then I'm going to have to go through and try and repaint those rivets. And repainting rivets, I don't want to do that because I have a specific camo pattern that I'm going to put on the boat. So that might be a little awkward to do if I have shiny rivets and I'm trying to touch up rivets when I already have a pattern already applied to the boat. So you understand. So yeah, I'm waiting for Gator Glide to come in, waiting for my aluminum to come in. And also I got to cut the transom out of this. The transom in it is rotten on the inside. So it has aluminum encasing the wood around the transom. And that wood is so old, it's dry rotted out. Or I don't know if you want to call it dry rotted, but it's rotted out. And it needs to leave because there is zero support. Actually, come over here real quick. I don't know how well you'll be able to see because it is dark, but you can just listen. You know, just like there is zero support from that transom on the inside. So that needs to be replaced before we can get a motor on there. So that might be before we get the floor in or after we get the floor in. It just kind of depends on the steps. Obviously, for the transom replacement, I don't need to wait for any tools. I just need to get in there and start cutting. But yeah, on that note, I will catch you guys in the next one. I appreciate you for stopping by. If you've made it this far, it means a lot. Like, subscribe. You know, you've heard this spiel from everybody else. I really don't want to drag it on more than I have to. But I appreciate any support I can get as I think this will be a really fun journey for me and my friends and my family. So I really hope that we can grow, succeed, and really give you all content that you want to watch. But I will catch you all next time. Wait for the turkey hunt coming soon.